Willie, I don't know how public these videos are or if they've spread it all, but like the only reason Willie made that video is because Nicholas DeOrio told him to. So I hold Willie just as responsible though. I didn't notice. I was going back and I was just rereading through our messages or whatever. Yeah, the idea that like, I mean, it's his career, it's his the fact that somebody could talk him into making a video on off the record information, I feel like it's kind of crazy, unhinged, but hey, you know what? That's life. Who cares? Okay.
Destiny. I'm going to be covering Destiny. This is my rebuttal to the clip that I saw, the stuff that I saw posted, multiple lies that he's told about me about like the 48 hours or whatever. I'm probably going to kill donations for the duration of the segment. I'm probably not going to do a lot of interacting with chat for the duration of the segment. I am going to go from point A to point Z, and I'm going to go talk about everything in between and give my take on what has been happening because I think it's fucking crazy. All right, just to be clear, we are going to be watching the full Destiny video. I am prioritizing me because this is my stream. So I'm going to be watching the hour and 16 minutes on Ethan. We got all this stuff here that we're going to take a look. I got the whole Reddit archive of everything he tried to delete, all of which will be included in here. This is me. This is my stream. This is my segment. So I'm going to be covering it. So straight away, Destiny has been poisoning the well constantly, in some cases directly blaming me for all of this happening to him, which is bizarre. I think he's now on stream, I'll show the clip in a little while, telling people that I made Willie make the video. Like I made him do it. I convinced him that he had to post this video. So now apparently Nick DeOrio, the cabal, is reaching heights never before seen in like the history of the fucking meme. Okay, so I saw this tweet, and this is kind of I guess the entry point, and we will return to this tweet later. This is the entry point to the segment. Ethan's hit piece against Hassan worked because he was mining the subreddit for information to use, despite what dipshits like Hassan and others lie about. I enforce really high standards when it comes to clipping and attacking people, okay? I enforce really high standards when it comes to clipping and attacking people. The out-of-context bullshit doesn't happen in my community for that reason. The out-of-context bullshit does not happen in my community for that reason. And that's why it falls flat when Hassan tries to claim anything that we say about him is out of context. When Ethan is attacking me, though, he relied on others to source his attacks. These people don't have quite the same standards. Now, the point that he is choosing to die on, and that's what I mean, the hill that he has chosen to die on, is that I took him out of context when I was pulling up a clip from his JF debate, okay? They pull up a comment from the clip.live thing, so you see that clip of Destiny saying, I have so much in common. I have as much in common with a 19-year-old as I do with a 15-year-old, is how it should be written, is from Destiny debating JF and why it's okay he's dating a 19-year-old mentally disabled woman. Okay, you got it? So, for as much as the clip's been used against Destiny exchanging nudes with a 19-year-old sex worker in a debate, it does not feel the same as the reasoning with a 30-year-old neurosurgeon wanting to put a baby in a retarded woman. So my response to this, and what I will demonstrate today on the fucking stream, say it out. It's not my fucking fault. It's written retardedly, okay? It's written like the IQ of the girl that JF tried to fuck, okay? Or I guess tried to put a baby in. Did fuck, tried to put a baby in. It was some really fucking gross shit. Fled the country, married a new woman. That woman's missing, presumed dead by me. I don't know. Well, JF's a whole fucking thing. We're gonna give you a bit more than Destiny even gives you to talk about JF, just for context, right? I said the clip of Destiny fighting with his chat about how it would be weird to date a 19-year-old was not out of context. Nothing about the debate subject is important to understand that part. And that's what Destiny has chosen, I guess, to call me out on, I guess, my malice or my bad research. And then when you watch the actual clip, he has this to say.
Maybe if he wasn't watching Nicholas Fat Oreo stream, maybe he would actually have some actual context on what this conversation is about. But you know what? Listen, I love the clip champion. Do it more. I love it, okay?
Okay, I will. But just to be clear, all right? I don't agree with every single thing that Ethan says here. In my own coverage, I referred to some of it as uncharitable, and it's also building off of prior clips to make an overall narrative argument. In regards to the context, though, let's hear what Destiny has to say to defend himself before I tell you why I'm right.
This one comes to you courtesy of the Pope, Nicholas DeOrio, or whatever it is they do.
God bless.
God bless. Nicholas bless.
Years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No. You, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's
okay. That's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst clip. That's the worst clip.
Okay, I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the same, dude. Don't give me this Just
That's
because-
such an interesting
This is
self-report.
exactly what we're saying.
Because it's all the same, bro. 15, 13, 14, 15. It's all the same, bro. I'm 29.
So this is a clip that gets thrown around a lot because people like to say that apparently everybody below 20 I view the exact same. That is one voice cut from that debate. If you listen to the actual debate here, I'm arguing with a dude who is literally trying to abduct a mentally retarded 19-year-old.
So what Destiny is doing here is he's now taking the framing of a clip that is placed at the end of a conversation after everyone leaves and pretending it was happening mid-debate as an argument against this person who is doing this. It is not. It is not a clip from a debate. It is a clip of him talking to his chat, but I will demonstrate that in a minute.
And take her to another state and impregnate her. Basically, every other time I'm speaking about this person and their age, I do refer to the fact they're 19, but it's not just the fact they're 19, it's a whole bunch of other things too.
Here is the context to who JF is that I don't think is even relevant.
In JF's own words, he convinced her to leave her family and join him in North Carolina, and then after 3 weeks of being with her, a girl that had never lived on her own, worked a job, lived apart from her parents, been in a relationship, he convinced her to try to have a child with him.
There is no possible way the arguments that Destiny makes can specifically only apply to this girl. The way that he's arguing it is broad. He is talking to his chat, and the reason why I say that is the part you're going to hear right here.
2 independent psychiatrists evaluated this girl. The first said that she had the social and mental skills of a 10 to 11-year-old child, and the second one said that she wasn't fit to make the decision. That is insanely inappropriate.
This is a girl who is so fucking retarded, the courts deemed her mentally 10 or 11 years old. This is not someone who is comparable to the average 19-year-old girl. But the arguments that Destiny makes are about, in many cases, the average 19-year-old girl.
For a 32-year-old guy to do that to a 19-year-old girl?
That's called love, you idiot. Now, it is a 19...
So now what Destiny is going to do, to give you a bit more context, is go off screen, click into a highlight of the debate that is 10 minutes long, play a bunch of clips from the conversation, and then, after he has correctly established what happened in the debate, he then plays the clip from after the debate, where that's not part of the conversation anymore.
19-year-old woman who was free to make her choices. Steven can come here and express moral offense. Who cares? Everyone in the chat says 19 is legal, Steven.
So why didn't she fight the court about being appointed a guardian, JF? If she wanted to...
She was intimidated, physically abused by her father, and intimidated into abandoning her rights.
You're saying that a girl...
These are very specific arguments about someone who is basically stealing a girl who is essentially fucking mentally 10 years old.
was so easily intimidated that she quickly gave up her right to exist in an autonomous person, but you claim the same person was mature enough to make the decision to move in with you and bear your child?
The reality is that...
Like, there's a lot in this debate. It was
I
not
agree.
just that
I absolutely agree.
the fact that this girl was 19. This girl was declared mentally incompetent by a court, and her parents prevented her from being abducted by this guy.
Sure, yeah, because when you live with somebody, it's
All of these are from that same debate, by the way.
And here we have
All of these are from the same debate, by the way.
JF, the 32-year-old man, thrice married, who has found true love by talking to a 19-year-old mentally disabled girl who saw him on a podcast and messaged him on Skype.
People that have ever watched this debate like to pretend that I was just screaming like 19, 19, 19, but there was way, way, way more going on here. You could rip one clip from it if you want, but...
Just to be clear, this is the debate. You see this big blue line? This is where the debate happens, okay? At about the 38-minute mark, he signs off and then argues with chat after they called him a moral slur, okay? They called him a moral F, and then he starts arguing about 19-year-old women. Just to be clear, I will provide the context for that.
But
Huge difference. It's the difference between consent versus informed consent. That the woman at the bar is a mature adult that has the mental faculty to make decisions about her future. A mentally retarded 19-year-old, this particular one, apparently, according to two psychiatrists, ruled that she did not have the faculty to make this decision. I'm curious,
30.
how would you feel about a 17-year-old girl doing this?
Depends on what.
Okay, how would you feel
state.
about a 15-year-old girl doing this?
No, I have a problem because
Why?
this is now illegal. This is
So
illegal
the
now.
only thing that matters to you is the law? Let's say we get rid of the law and we're just talking morality. How would you feel about JF doing this with a 15-year-old girl?
I would be very opposed to that. It's disgusting in my opinion. But however,
Well,
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, dude.
okay.
All right, do you get the understanding of the conversation?
I guess you can pretend that that debate was about me arguing that you should be able to 19 and 15-year-olds, okay?
Of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit.
Just
Okay, so now he goes back and plays the part of the clip and then pulls up the additional context for it. So just to be clear, the part that we're referring to, let me move it so you can see with the wiggler. This is where it happens. It is like literally in this region, the two clips I'm going to show you today. The one that we showed that Ethan showed in the video rather, came from here. The debate is right here. It's not part of the debate under any circumstance. So this is what prompts the conversation about maturity among young adults.
I'm a moral. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I know that this is going to trigger the fuck out of a lot of you guys. I know that a lot of you are kind of young.
Why would it trigger the fuck out of a lot of people in the chat? Do you think that your entire audience would be deemed by courts to be mentally 11? Do you think that the people in your audience are susceptible to being taken away by an alt-writer who used to do brain surgery on fucking monkeys, whose wife is presumed missing? Why would the audience specifically have a problem with what you're about to say?
This is going to trigger the fuck out of a lot of you guys. I know that a lot of you are kind of young. And I totally understand that, guys. However, I do not believe, this is just me personally, I'm really judgmental. I know this is going to make a lot of you guys really upset, okay? I don't believe that your relationship is real until you're living with the other person. I don't care if she spends the night every weekend. I don't care if you guys see each other every day.
Just to be clear, for JF's purposes, he was living with the woman. You know why? The state had to intervene to send her home, okay? This is a casual conversation now, after the debate, talking to his audience.
Work. I don't care if you guys have been talking for 2 years on Skype. Your relationship means fucking nothing until you are living together. Until you have to deal with that chick when she is PMSing, okay? When she fucking bleeds through her fucking pad, when she leaves her shit out on the fucking counter and she doesn't clean her fucking dishes, when she fucking leaves her dirty fucking panties or bras or whatever laying on the fucking floor, until she has a fucking dog and she lets it shit in the front room and maybe she doesn't clean it, until you have dealt with that person at every single point, because until you live with that person, the only buddy that you see, the only person you see every weekend is their fucking representative, okay? You do not know what any person is like until you live with them, okay? Fuck that shit. Don't ever fucking tell me that you fucking love somebody,
Yeah, is this all about some fucking French guy who ran off with a retarded girl? Or are there other pieces here that he's injecting into this conversation that he will then tie in to the unique scenario that makes his worse?
You don't even live with them. You're in love with it. You don't even live with them. You don't even fucking know them. You don't even know them. You have no fucking idea who the fuck that person is until you guys have shared a house for like some number of months, and not even like 2 or 3 days. Okay, I'm talking like when you've lived with somebody for like a couple months. Now you fucking know shit. Okay,
if that's the case, and this is all about JF, then wouldn't he know what his partner wanted, or is there some other factor? Is this not related to that guy who is like stealing that girl and the court had to come get her? Like, you know,
doesn't even have to be a relationship for people to see this shit.
Also, I do see the additional irony here, and there is more of that, I promise. I should have played this clip the first time.
Fall apart. How many people do you know that had best friends all through grade school? You were best friends all through high school. You guys were inseparable. And then you go to college and you fucking dorm together, and holy shit. Shit fucking falls apart, and you ain't even married. You don't even have to sleep with that motherfucker. You don't have to be dating them. You don't have to care about their feelings. You don't have to consider them in any of your plans. They're just a fucking friend. And even at that point, those two people can grow to fucking hate each other. And that's like 12 years of friendship.
Are you talking about your ex-wife? What this is like extraordinarily personal. We have left the avenue of JF, but don't worry, we come back. Don't worry, I promise. I promise it comes back, and it gets to the clip that you've already seen. This is the additional context to the clip I showed you already.
That can be lost by dorming. You're gonna tell me that the girl that you...
By the way, I found out about this clip because people in his own audience 4 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever the fuck this was, or when people were talking about it, were saying it was like his extremely cringe moral effie rant about 19-year-old women, just to be clear.
Fucking met, and you've known for 6 months that you love her, and you don't even live together? I'm sorry, dude. I'm 29 years old. Maybe I'm...
Oh, he just referenced that 29 years old thing, but I thought that was about JF.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm 29 years old. Maybe I'm a little jaded, but god damn.
All right, surely he's not going to say anything else.
A 32-year-old guy tells me that he's in love with a 19-year-old girl.
See? Now you pull it right back to JF. See? Look, additional outside context pulls it to JF.
That's never been in a relationship before. Fuck that shit, dude. You gotta grow the fuck up. I tell this story all the time. I used to be worried growing up? I used to be worried thinking like, dude, what am I gonna do? I'm horny as fuck all the time. I'm gonna wanna fuck 16-year-olds forever.
What?
What am I gonna do when I'm like 30 years old and I wanna fuck 16-year-olds? I thought this when I was in high school, because I was like, dude, high school girls, they're fucking hot as shit. Look, but you know what happens?
something happens, okay? When you turn, I don't know, when you turn 23, 24, 25, when you've lived in a house...
Something tells me this is not about retarded women anymore.
And you've paid for your own fucking bills, and you've been on your own for a little bit, and then you go into a restaurant, and you sit down to eat. You might be alone, you might be with a friend, and you know what you hear talking behind you? You hear college freshmen, you hear high school...
Something tells me JF's girlfriend or JF's partner or the woman who was stolen by the police or whatever the fuck, something tells me she's not going to college, just to be clear.
Oh, and you might be with a friend, and you know what you hear talking behind you? You hear college freshmen, you hear high school seniors, and nothing makes your balls shrivel up quicker than the inane, asinine, fucking gossipy, stupid fucking shit that concerns the mind of a fucking teenager. Nothing will turn you off faster. As somebody that has a fucking house, that has a career, that has a job, that...
Destiny does not want to fuck a teenager. Guys, chat, it's not a retarded teenager. He is not down with the teenagers. Okay, just be clear. He is very clear about this.
Of a fucking teenager. Nothing will turn you off faster. As somebody that has a fucking house, that has a career, that has...
This is like a fine hypocrisy argument. Guy, like again, you could argue, but JF. This is a totally reasonable hypocrisy argument. If you want to say my opinion has changed, that's fine. I'll challenge you on that too.
A job, that has lived his own life, than to sit down in a restaurant and put your back to two motherfuckers that are talking about, I don't know what class I'm gonna take. Oh my god, the professor is such an annoying
I think, just for context, if we were comparing this to JF, I think she'd be like, I don't know how to wipe my ass. So I don't think this is about JF either.
About, I don't know what class I'm gonna take. Oh my god, the professor is such an annoying piece of shit, and my mom stopped paying my car. This is the easiest way for me to understand that I will not be attracted to teenagers going into my fucking 30s, okay? So, when a 32-year-old tells me that he has met a 19-year-old on the internet and that they are in love with each other after 4 months, I'm sorry, but something is fucking wrong with you. Something is not right. That you feel...
So now, he's talking about JF again. You see? See? But he was using him as the example. Now it's about JF, okay?
Feel like you can relate. Somebody who's been...
I mean, it still sounds like he's arguing about how JF wanted to be with a 19-year-old, not like a mentally 11-year-old. But that's besides the point. We could argue that. Not my point.
And through 3 marriages and has a child, you're telling me that you can relate enough with a 19-year-old who is a virgin?
There we go.
That she is going to leave her family and live with you, and you're going to make babies? There is something fucking wrong with your mind.
True.
Okay? You're either 1, you have a severe mental fuck up, some disorder of your own, or 2, you're a fucking sexual predator. Those are the only 2 options. Because healthy, well-adjusted people...
And dude, if I play the clip where he's like, you're a sexual predator, after all the stuff he just said about JF, yes, that would be bad on my part if I did it intentionally. Which I don't believe I did, which wasn't in the video. Like, that's not the part I played. And that's not the part that was clipped and posted to LSF that Ethan found. That's not what I posted.
People who are 32 years old, who have had multiple marriages and a child, do not make the decision...
Like, this is very specific JF-centric arguments, right? So he keeps talking about JF for another couple of minutes, right? And then, eventually, I'm going to play a little bit more of the JF stuff so we can get back into the context of where we are. This is the clip that you guys have seen. And if you want to find this yourself, I encourage you to watch it. Around the 38-minute mark, he starts talking to his chat after the JF segment.
And I'm a moral the baby in her. I'm going to put the baby in her. And now she's your slave forever. She has no friends, which she didn't. She has no family because he's cutting her off from them. She has nobody else that she can talk to, no support network.
Now that we know that he has literally talked about how he's not going to be attracted to 18, 19-year-olds and about the college context and stuff, you can clearly see what the intention of this argumentation is going to be.
Now she has his baby, okay? She has no job, right? She has no real education, right? She's totally locked there, and she's his. That is fucking disgusting, okay? And that's kind of why, like, the fact that he still defends this behavior is really irritating to me, because what he did was fucking horrible. That kind of shit is literally fucking disgusting. That he would try to trap a little girl, and I don't...
He says little girl, okay? He got called a moral F before. We saw his reaction to that. And now, cue the 19-year-old girl argument.
want to be presumptuous. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this upsets you because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this
Bro, it shouldn't upset them if they're 19, if they're not legally retarded. That's like a huge factor in this. But you're focusing on the 19 part. If you're talking about JF, why don't you talk about, I don't know, the disabled part?
upsets you because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this upsets you because you're 22 or something, right?
Again, is the chatter who's 22 also mentally disabled?
Or if you're some legal guy or whatever, you know, when you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're
Legal guy? Oh, you mean like age of consent enthusiast?
guy or whatever, you know, when you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29.
Bro, if you're 22 and you're fucking a kid that is mentally, sorry, a 19-year-old who is mentally 11, you are a bad guy. That is still a kid to you. If you're 22 years old fucking a disabled person, yes, that is still objectively the wrong thing to do.
A 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude. Don't give me this fucking, just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination.
Dude, sophomore, freshman. He's talking about the fucking...
As I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Fucking, just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school.
A freshman in college he's talking about. You know, like, Rose? You know, he's talking about a freshman in college. Again, if this is all about JF, I got a feeling, just a feeling, that tonight's going to be a good night. No, I got a feeling that mentally 11 pulled away by the state and put back in her parents' house, I don't think she's going to college, Destiny. I don't think that makes sense.
About as
I think you're deflecting.
much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school.
People watch this shit and they're like, you sabotage Ethan. Bitch, how? This clip is damning.
I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird, okay? Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad...
So now we're back to JF.
Mom and dad still pay all of your bills.
Or maybe we're not.
You're still a virgin. You've never been in a relationship.
That's JF.
You don't go to school. You've never even had a...
Okay, but no, you see that? You see the difference between what he was just talking about? Dude, 2 seconds ago, it's a freshman in college. Now, it's... You can't leave your house. You're fucking basically disabled. You've never had a job. You're a virgin. Now he's talking about JF again.
Job before. You've never lived...
Like, this is a differentiating factor for the previous argument.
...lived on your own. You're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill.
I was going to say the proper argument would be like a court deemed that she was mentally 11 years old or 10 years old. But I guess, yeah, that job thing. Yeah, she didn't work a dead-end night shift.
Okay. You don't know what it's like to have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of shit car because you
I think she makes a decision whether she gets the red one.
Can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra fucking shift because you don't, right? You don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child. So all the people in chat...
No, he's talking about chatters. No. Unfortunately, this is my only proof, guys. Let's play the rest of the clip. He needs that context.
Like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No.
You know where the timestamp is? Because this is at the literal end of the fucking debate. I'm not sorry. Oh my god, I just fucking fell into the Destiny trap. Sorry. At the end of the VOD, which is like 10 straight minutes at the end of the debate. Again, you can see it right here. I showed it to you already. For context sake, let's pull... Oh, did I killed the window? No, I killed the window. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I also wanted to point out an instance where Destiny was trying to parse whether Xander Hall was malicious. This one's more of a joke, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's super significant, but unfortunately, it's the only clip I have to showcase my point. So, here you go.
Okay. I was just interested. Like...
You're being insanely dishonest in this whole
Are you dishonest?
conversation. I don't know if you're lying to me or to yourself, but go ahead.
I want to be clear. I want to be very, very clear that I tried to be as honest as possible, and my goal at the end of the day is, for one, I don't want you to hate all lefties.
Sure.
I don't want you to hate me.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, I forgive it all then. All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about in this?
All right, yeah, I'm just fucking with you. That's not like a significant clip. I just thought it's funny. He's like, I think you're super malicious. And Xander Hall's like, bah, and he's like, oh, I'm 21 years old, and he's like, oh, okay, never mind, you're off the hook. That's fine. I'm pretty sure he went on like multiple rants about how like he took Xander Hall more seriously because he thought he was older. But I don't have the clips here. I'm not going to show it to you. In fact, the real clip I wanted to show you is this clip, and you could look at the top of his head. This is blue hair Destiny. This is probably after he dated his 19, 21. How old was Melina when they started dating? Because they started dating after this clip, just to be clear. You know the woman he ended up marrying and divorcing and cheating on with Lauren Southern? Yeah, she was like 18, 19, 20, right? Like in that rate. Maybe that's when the divergence happened, but I don't know. Maybe he's morally consistent. Who knows? Let's see. What's his more recent take?
You fucked, if you're ready to settle down, if you want to have kids, like stuff like that. Like,
Because like surely this came up during like the Red Pill arc or something?
I mean, perhaps, but is like, are women truly just being duped by these men? There's no ability for them to discern who these men are.
There is an ability to discern. The ability comes with age and experience, of course. That's why all these red pill guys want women that are 20 years old, because they're too stupid to pick the fuckboys out.
Okay, and if you hear that, you hear the screeching. So, you know what that is? That's the goalpost shifting. Nicholas, Destiny's not talking about having a relationship. He's talking about taking advantage or having sex with these girls. It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe they're not looking for relationships, but like, if you're a fucking 33-year-old guy going to fucking random 18, 19-year-olds have sex, I think this is kind of like a bit of a hypocrisy, Destiny.
It comes with age and experience, of course. That's why all these red pill guys want women that are 20 years old, because they're too stupid to pick the fuckboys out.
I actually think that's probably
that's you. You're the fuckboy. You've literally fucked through half of Twitch.
more of them being shallow than they're being too stupid to pick them out. Because
no, it's literally verbatim what they say.
Actually,
is this about JF2? I'm just curious.
What you've actually just did is infantilize women and just admitted they have a
hold on.
lack of
Yes,
ability to understand the type of men who aren't actually going.
No, Destiny, you're infantilizing those women. Please clarify your position.
Women and just admitted they have a
hold
lack
on.
of
Yes,
ability to understand the type of men who aren't actually going to be the men that could be in relationships.
I do infantilize 20-year-old women because they are children. That is correct. Yes.
So 20-year-old women, at one point, okay, hold on.
20-year-old women are too dumb to pick up. So are 20-year-old men. But that's the reality. You learn as you get older, of course. What do you mean? I infantilize people that are late teens and early 20s. Yeah, of course. That's everybody. Yeah, of course. I was a fucking idiot when I was in my early 20s. Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. So then why are some people successful and other people aren't in Destiny? Like we have like Ben Shapiro. He knew exactly what he wanted when he was younger.
And then it cuts to Ben Shapiro. We'll just play some additional context here.
Why do we have some people who are able to get in?
Do I think that this clip means that adults cannot have consensual sex with a 20-year-old? No. No. I think he's making fun of like older men who are like fucking masculine ass fucking red pill dudes who keep fucking interacting with like 18, 19-year-olds. And I think even if Destiny's not explicitly targeting those people, he married one, okay? And his current controversy is with one. That is enough for me to consider it a hypocrisy in current day. Explicitly after this context where he was doing like the troll's remorse type argument
to relationships and maintain them.
Because Ben Shapiro's life is on rails, dude. Ben Shapiro had
a violinist,
and he had an amazing.
Now, I don't agree with Ethan Klein if he's saying that Destiny's trying to like abolish the age of consent or something. That's not what I argued. That's not what I said in my clip. Okay.
Family,
don't blame that on me.
Amazing family, they had an amazing background, they had good relationship training from their parents, they probably had a whole bunch of religion, they had a whole bunch of shit that went right for them.
But if you're like, all these women are so stupid and young and they fucking fall for all the tricks, and it's like you find yourself in the DMs of some stupid young girl. I don't know. How old was Pixie? Was she like 23? I don't know.
Probably a healthy degree of luck as well. I thought you wanted to answer the question. My bad.
The problem isn't being dumb then. The problem is a lack of opportunity, a lack of having
Shapiro
more
now,
life.
I bet you if you asked him, he would say this. I would bet some money on this. Ben Shapiro now is a smarter, wiser Ben Shapiro than when he was 20.
I don't know, but that's funny. He's asking how at 20 did he figure it.
Okay, so they're talking about age 20. You got it. All right, so again, this is what was posted here. I explained that the clip of Destiny fighting with his chat about how it would be weird to date a 19-year-old girl was not out of context. Nothing about the debate subject is important to understand that part. I think this is fundamentally true. I think I have demonstrated this is fundamentally true. I think this was the argument that Destiny had. Maybe it was years ago. Maybe he didn't have it anymore. Maybe he brought it back during the Red Pill arc because those people are like and ontologically evil or something. But like, I think that it is hilarious that Destiny has had these positions and then found himself in a situation like the one with Rose, like the ones with Melina. Like, I do think that is inherently funny. I'm sorry. So yeah, I defend the fuck out of this tweet. But again, Destiny is calling my research into question right now. The only problem with that, right? Remember, what was the lines here specifically? I enforce really high standards when it comes to clipping and attacking people. The out of context bullshit doesn't happen in my community for that reason. This is the claim that he made, right? But like 12 hours earlier, this fucking guy put out a tweet saying he responded substantively to everything. He didn't. Oreo counters by showing a clip of him fucking with Dan in a pregame lobby. Like I'm making out a serious claim. Thank you for lining them up for me. All you do is make me look better in the long run, fatty. This is a great tweet. I have no problem with the argument made in this tweet, except for one small problem. That's not me. That's not my video. That's not my stream. I've never seen this clip before. Mr. I do all the best fucking research on planet Earth. That's not fucking me.
A rich history with obsessively making pedophilic jokes and everything else, but nobody on my stream, we do not normalize fucking minors. I've never normalized.
Oh, where is it? Oh, wrong button. Hold on. Wait, wrong button. Where is it? Oi! Hey, Nicholas DeOrio has none of them fucking principles, mate. WillyMacShow, yeah. I love J-Stock, yeah. Cherry or something. Yeah, do that. There we go. Is that what you fucking want? That's not fucking me. That's another guy wiggling. You saw somebody fucking dancing and you thought it was me.
Fucking minors. I've never in my entire.
So yeah. I think it's fun. I don't know. I think it's insane. Thank you for lining them up for me. Dude, this tweet's still up. He doesn't care. You know why? Because it's sending people to my fucking socials. That's why. I didn't even fucking say that. This tweet's fucking correct. This is correct. You're wrong. I'm sorry. But that's just another point. How about, yeah, so I kept this up in case he deleted it while I was streaming. So yeah. Not only is Destiny lying in his post, he literally published a tweet crying about me within the last 24 hours. The clip that he researched was not even me. He actively refuses to take it down because he's more interested in slandering people than actually being correct. So I hope that explains that. Up next, okay? This clip was showed the other night, all right? This is an example of Destiny talking about how he hates being clipped out of context.
Every single time some insane person releases some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever, that I'm going to come and run through all these communities and try to give some crazy explanation for whatever else. Because one, the only thing that's happening is I see that every single thing I possibly say gets either misconstrued or drawn out to the most absurd reality possible.
Yeah, I hate when that happens, Destiny. I hate when people literally take something and twist it to make it sound way worse than it actually was.
Where Nicholas DeOrio cakes or whatever is saying that I'm threatening Willie's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent.
I did not say that you threatened Willie's wife. I said that you targeted Willie's wife because after he reported you to the police for what he believed was a justifiable reason, and I agree with him, okay, you started going in and making the jokes that Bad Empanada was making when they doxed his fucking wife in your offline chat. Oh, I don't like Willie anymore, so I'm gonna fucking lean into the... Yeah, it's obviously a joke. No, you're not threatening Willie's wife. There's nothing even remotely close to a threat. Okay, that is a huge escalation of what I said.
Absurd reality possible.
But guys, he does research. Guys, no out of context bullshit. Really high standards. Okay, awesome, dude.
To where Nicholas DeOrio cakes or whatever is saying that I'm threatening Willie's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent, which, because I have to clarify, was a joke, okay? I wasn't a joke.
He's trying to meme through it. You know what we're not talking about right now? You know what we're not actually actively sitting here having a conversation about? Probably like the most important thing here, okay? Destiny and Willie Mac's interaction. This is a tweet that Destiny posted last night. Now, I have my own version of it. I'll show you in a minute, right? Obviously, it's a reference to Rajah Jackson or whatever, Rampage Jackson's son, who beat up the fuck out of the guy in the octagon, right? So WillyMacShow is like, whoa, no, Destiny, what are you doing, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this. I should go back to this. I'll probably go back to this afterwards just to clarify the whole segment. But actually, no, hold on, wait. Before we get to the WillyMacShow thing, I do want to wrap up this segment right here. Sorry, I totally forgot I have to go back here. Because you know what's funny? You know what the best part of this whole segment was? And I totally just completely fucking ruined my flow. Destiny, I think, realizes I'm right mid-fucking conversation. And I need you to see it.
It's because of some illegal age of consent bullshit. Huh? That's the age of consent. I think we all agree that's a good thing. Everyone but Destiny thinks that's good.
We should have... And again, this is super uncharitable. it's also not my argument.
A minimum age so that adults can't have sex with children. That is bullshit. That is just an imagined line in the sand that I will not conform to. Okay, he's constantly.
Okay, so this idea of me saying that the age of consent is that's not at all what I'm saying there.
So now he goes and shows the additional context.
All like it was the exact opposite argument that just because this girl was 19 years old, the age of consent doesn't matter here. She was literally mentally retarded. That was the point.
But not in the clip because it's not talking about the retarded girl.
I believe that quote comes from this segment.
Right? But no communication with the parents, gets the girl to pack up and leave. And now that you have this, the perfect specimen, okay?
And this is the part that I showed you.
I have the girl with no family, no friends, okay, who is a retard, okay? Now you have this girl, what am I going to do? I'm going...
Now he sits here, like, pretty fucking awkwardly, and he doesn't chime in while it's happening.
Put the baby in her. I'm going to put the baby in her. And now she's your slave forever. She has no friends, which she didn't. She has no family, because he's cutting her off from them. She has nobody else that she can talk to, no support network. Now she has his baby, okay? She has no job, right? She has no real education, right? She's totally locked there, and she's his. That is disgusting, okay? And that's kind of why, like, the fact that he still defends this behavior is really irritating to me, because what he did was horrible. That kind of is literally disgusting. That he would try to trap a little girl.
Why is that cringe?
And I don't want to be presumptuous. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this
Freudian clip?
upsets you because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this
There. I'm sorry if this upsets you because you're 19, and then now he's down talking the people who think they're adults in his audience.
upsets you because you're 22 or something, right? Or if you're some legal guy or whatever, you know, when you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the same, dude. Don't give me this. Just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old freshman in school as
no reference to freshmen in school at all whatsoever.
Like what sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really
he's just sitting there quietly.
Weird. Okay. Now I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult. Okay.
Just keep playing it. Don't say anything. Don't make a move. Don't move. Like the T-Rex is looking at you. Don't move.
I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills, you're still a virgin, you've never been in a relationship, you don't go to school, you've never even had a job before, you've never lived on your own, you're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill, okay? You don't know what it's like to have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of car because you can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra shift because you don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child.
Now listen to what he says as soon as the clip is over. It's amazing.
So all the people in chat are like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No.
So I guess we can pretend that this was cut just to... just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, you couldn't even finish your fucking sentence, you piece of shit.
We can pretend that this was...
that's what I thought.
Cut just to... just Jesus Christ, bro.
Jesus Christ.
19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No.
So I guess we can pretend that this was cut just to... just Jesus Christ, bro. Wait, I think I exited the video.
Age of consent.
So then he goes back talking about it. We're going to cover the rest of this when we do our actual segment, and it'll all be there. Obviously, this is going to come back up when I watch his video, but I wanted to start that here. Now, the Willie Mac Show thing. Just to be clear, there's additional new context to talk about with Willie Mac Show, and the spin is outrageous, okay? You need to hear the spin.
I don't know how public these videos are or if they've spread it all, but like the only reason Willie made that fucking video is because Nicholas DeOrio told him to.
Okay, bro. Excuse me? Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it.
Willie, I don't know how public these videos are or if they've spread it all, but like the only reason Willie made that fucking video is because Nicholas DeOrio told him to.
Dude, Willie hit me up after my stream, and the DM literally started out with, I have reported Destiny to law enforcement. I want to call you. And the two things that he was wondering on what he should do is if he should make the video now, or if it could potentially damage a legal thing, he should wait to see if anything happens with the police first. So all I told him, because again, this video was always coming out, okay? And I'll tell you when it was coming out, because obviously Destiny has an issue with some timeline stuff here. I'll tell you when it became a video and when it was just an interview. But just to be clear, Willie was always posting this. He just didn't know if he was posting it now or later. that was literally it. Because he's like, well, the victim, da-da-da-da. I go, dude, if this guy actually has fucking CSAM on his computer, they don't have to wait for the victim. They can get his hard drives. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I was trying to get a lawyer's opinion on it. I eventually did, and then it went public. So that was kind of the talk of the day. I literally did not create this controversy. I did not pressure Willie into disavowing Destiny. Literally completely fabricated.
Willie, I don't know how public these videos are or if they've spread it all, but like the only reason Willie made that.
Dude, Willie called me. He goes, "Hi, Mr. Cabal. Can I come back into the house?" No, you can't come back in the fucking house, mate. Nah, you're fucking sweeping. You're fucking sweeping, mate. Come on, load. Oh no, dude.
Willie, I don't know how public these videos are or if they've spread it all, but like the only reason Willie made that fucking video is because Nicholas DeOrio told him to. So I hold Willie just as responsible though. I didn't notice. I was going back and I was just rereading through our messages or whatever, thinking like what else I wanted to have online. And I realized that at the beginning of that conversation, like Willie is literally saying, he literally says, and he even has in his YouTube video, although it's like half a second, it's like 5 frames, where he's like, oh, hey, like I'm just want more information about this. This is all off the record. I'm not making a video on this, of course. And it's like, oh, so I'm like not even, I'm just like fucking.
Okay, so now he's accusing Willie of hiding the DMs, right? Just flashing them on screen. Well, Willie did that because A, they weren't as important as the stuff that was actually important in the video that you're not really going to address in any capacity. But like 2, why are we just pretending here? He published all the DMs separately. You can go read all of them. They're literally attached to the tweets. It's not like he's made an attempt to hide this stuff. He gave it to people to read on stream, my guy. You just chose not to watch it.
Half me being through some of this conversation, like, oh, yeah, depends on why you're at. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, the idea that, like, I mean, it's his career, it's his shit. The fact that somebody could talk him into making a video on...
I did not talk him into making a video. That is also a complete fucking lie. Another from Destiny.
Off the record information.
Again, dude, I gotta be honest with you. There is some charitability that I still have for this guy, but all he does is lie about me. Like, what am I supposed to think here? This is kind of an important thing to be lying about constantly.
I feel like it's kind of crazy unhinged, but hey, you know what? That's life. Who cares? Fuck it. Ethan and Willie claim you didn't respond to the one part. Can you please play that part again, showing you responded? It's all on my video.
Oh, it's all in your video, meaning you watched the entire thing.
Wait, Willie lied with his comments. You said it was off the record? Yeah. I didn't notice until I went back and I actually...
Okay, Willie said it was off the record? Yes, in the beginning of the conversation, right? He's getting an update for his video based off of new evidence that has come forward. He's not currently in the production of a new video, so this is an off-the-record conversation, which, by the way, remained an off-the-record conversation until the part where you said that you had potential CSAM material on your hard drive, and then it became a conversation with local law enforcement. I mean, it's really not a hard concept here, my guy. Listen, you're a smart fucking dude, or at least you were before you became a rage cow. But obviously, there was something in that conversation that escalated it from quick little checkup and questioning to, I've got to report this guy to the police. And I don't know if it's going to take a fucking detective. I don't know if Dr. House is going to come out here and try to fucking diagnose what happened. It seems like it's pretty fucking obvious, you know? It seems like there's not a lot of mystery here in this regard.
A friend pointed it out to me and I was like, oh, nice. Oh, listen, I've said as much as I can.
It sounds like Willie was like shaken up because a screenshot of the top of a video that was supposedly you opening fucking CSAM in a VLC media player thing, alleged CSAM material in VLC media. Sounds like that kind of freaked him the fuck out.
Ethan's the fucking lawsuit guy. Like I said before, and you can go read my court filings, almost every single thing I talk about on stream ends up thrown in some fucking court filing.
Bro, this guy just fucking starts... Dude, this guy accused Pixie and posted screenshots of her saying she used fake IDs to get behind a bar. Oh, this is like Carl Job shit right now? This guy's been running his mouth all the time. Yeah, I understand it keeps getting in there, but now all of a sudden when it's convenient, I've got to shut this one down, guys. I can't talk about it anymore. Okay, dude, cool.
The ability for me to maneuver in an environment where people are spamming the FBI on me, okay, and then where I have a civil litigant against me who is the most litigious fucking insane person in the world. The idea that I'm supposed to just divulge more and more and more and more and more information.
But you choose to do this willingly when it's convenient to you. Or maybe you're just a horror cow and you can't control it. I don't really care which one, but it is really convenient that we're just not going to talk about this.
To not even deal with, it's not like there's even, like if there was some victim that had come forward, it was saying like, oh, this person abused me, but it's like, okay, fuck, maybe I do to make sense. But it's not even that, right? It's just people digging through shit and like, oh, I think that this happened and blah, and this happened and we need it. And it's like, fuck you, no, that's fucking stupid. If he doesn't like my answer for that, Mr. Lawsuit guy, I don't know. Like I said, he can be my first interview after my lawsuit finishes if he wants to chat. You need to debunk all the random ass lies. No, I don't think I do.
Oh, that's convenient.
Because of...
No. We put out Ethan Klein's 15-year-old Reddit account where he makes a bunch of fucking pedo jokes and stuff. So I think I'm off the hook on this one. Okay, cool.
lot of them are not debunkable, and two, because I think that Ethan said it really well. The idea that people can just make random, crazy, unhinged accusations.
Does this sound performative enough to you, or do you think I actually don't fucking like you? Just curious. Again, it's so performative. Willie's calling me shaking because he thought you fucking sent him a screenshot of obviously cropped fucking, like a CP video that you cropped. That again, like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know.
Random whatever things. And then you have to come out and start divulging more and more information in order to fight it off. Nah, fuck that.
Continue to write. I didn't.
That's cringe. That's cringe, bro.
And just to be clear, Willie was not sent fucking CP, just for the clippers out there. He was sent the time code or whatever of a cropped VLC media player video.
Oh, this was the...
Okay, so now he finds the Willie Mac Show stuff so he can play victim to his audience. Be like, oh, he showed it. It was so short.
Details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued to write. I didn't know.
So his, he zooms by it really fast. But...
Yeah, again, they're all on Twitter. You know, he doesn't make any fucking attempt to hide it.
This, I'm not going to make a vid on any of this because right now there isn't proof that you knew or are suspicious. But if that exists, that's really bad. Like you said, super red flag. Like, yeah, the idea that...
Yeah, it's you. He talked to you in a completely different way prior to that, like, one inciting incident.
This...
Wonder why that might be.
He's going to be publishing this conversation, and now I have to, like, line by line shit that I'm just, like, fucking spitballing to. This is fucking ridiculous. Listen, if I wasn't in a current... Again, remember, this person's asking for $15 million, the Pixie person, for this lawsuit. I'm good on that one, okay? I'm not going to be fighting this in the court of the public opinion and in the court of the Southern District of Florida at the same time. So, but yeah.
So that's Destiny talking about it.
It is what it is.
Just to be clear, though, I clipped this today. This is about like 3 hours ago, but Willie has already responded to him here. Weird, because when I asked Destiny if he had CSAM on his computer, he told me, depends on why you're asking, and gave me a bunch of reasons why he has CSAM on his computer. Willie has made absolutely no attempt to suppress the reason why he's exposed Destiny. It is not... Like, it's not the fucking Wizard of Oz here. There's no curtain to go. You don't have to follow the yellow brick road to figure it out. It's literally a 4-minute video that is extremely straightforward that he's not showing on stream. Okay? He didn't. And by the way, when you say, oh, I can't watch this because of my court case, that was the same excuse he used with Ryan Beard. Oh, I got a thing going on right now. I can't watch this Ryan Beard video, even when like 75% of the video had nothing to do with fucking... Pixie. You could have watched entire segments of it where Pixie wasn't even mentioned. But that's besides the point. It's just fodder for his sycophantic fans to go and spam in everybody's videos while he sits there and goes, okay, guys, I told them to stand down. Okay, dude. Yeah, awesome. It's just ammunition for those people to swing in. All right. So that's that. So again, Destiny posted this tweet saying Destiny, Willie Mac Show, Ethan Klein, right? But I think it's a bit more like this tweet, where it's Destiny swinging his tax folder. Yes, that is Anissa Jomha in there, just to be safe. Anissa Jomha for reference, into his hard drive. And Willie's like, no, what are you doing? I think that's probably a bit more accurate as to what I think is going on here. So, I think this is pretty fucking fair. I'm going to go, now that we've gone through my whole response of this guy just continuing to lie about me for the last couple of days, is there anything else I wanted to show here? I think it's this one, right? What is this? No. Oh yeah, we need this. We're gonna get to this in a second. We're not gonna get to this till much later, but I do think I want this in this segment. So just to be clear, let's talk about this situation, because this situation is the one that's been completely like ignored now, because this whole thing about Ethan Klein and all the stuff that we're gonna watch later, I do want to spend like 5 minutes talking about it. So just to be clear, from the information that I was able to deduce, I didn't have 5 full hours of research like Destiny put into his Ethan Klein video, so this might not be very fucking accurate. I don't know, who knows? Destiny was notified on November 24th that he was potentially he had potential CSAM on his hard drive, right? Again, I understand. This is the leaker. They might not be the most fucking fair person to talk to. It's like a Kiwi Farm leaker. It's like the worst of all scenarios, right? But the Kiwi Farm leaker, who had access to all this stuff and published it on the internet, told Steven that he was potentially holding CSAM material since 2022. I don't know about you, but if I was told that I had CSAM material on my hard drive, the first thing I would do is report that to law enforcement, report that to someone, because obviously the intention wasn't to have that on my computer. Not saying that's evidence of Destiny wanting it, but I'm just saying that's how my brain would work, okay? Because if I'm accused of having this material, my first thought isn't, how do I get to keep it? It's, holy fuck, I gotta get this away from me as fast as fucking possible. Okay? Do you have a fucking mental attachment to these fucking naked videos and pictures? Is there any reason to not delete these immediately? Well, the thing that people have been telling me is it was because Destiny was being sued. Only problem with that is, this is November 24th, okay? Just for context, according to Pixie's lawsuit, she only found out that she was in the leaks on November 29th. So, what that means is, there were 5 full days from when Destiny was just crashing out, finding out that his fucking cock was all over the internet, to the time when Pixie found out that her video was on the internet. So, not only was Pixie not suing, this was 5 days where Destiny didn't even know he was going to be sued. This is 5 days where Pixie didn't even know she was going to sue Destiny or that she'd have to. So, why keep it? Dude, November 24th, okay? November 29th. I think the average person, a normal person, within those 5 days, reports this to law enforcement, submits this like FBI tip, I don't know, and gets this shit off of their drives. I don't think that they clone it and put it elsewhere. But again, Destiny's saying he didn't do that now. There's conflicting reports on what he actually has on his hard drive, to be fair to him. So now let's keep going. We got November 24th, he finds out that he might be in possession of CSAM material, okay, by the guy who leaked all of this to begin with and knows the person specifically. All right. November 29th, okay, this is when Pixie even finds out that she's in the leaks and confronts Steven. Okay, then January 20th is when Pixie puts out the Substack. All right, so this is about the time that she gets outed by President Sunday, right? Then, it's actually out of order. I'm sorry, my bad. One more time. November 24th, Solo mentions the minor stuff, right? Anyway, she was underage while sending you the vast majority of that stuff. And from what I've heard about her, you were pretty negligent in confirming her age, right? And Destiny goes, I confirmed her fucking age, right? November 29th, Pixie finds out about it. And on December 3rd, Destiny's talking about if she's a minor, I'm probably done. So he was stewing about this for about 10 days and at no point thought, ooh, I should try to get this in touch. I got to get to law enforcement. I got to go talk to this person. I got to talk to that person, right? Now, obviously, in the month of December, there were rumbles that Pixie was going to sue Destiny. So maybe at that point, his brain went to, oh, I've got to save everything. I'm getting sued. But it doesn't really answer why he's doing this in like the first 5 days. But it's something on his mind. He's thinking, oh my God, this person might be a minor. So, Pixie exposes Destiny after the President Sunday video on January the 20th, right? After that happens, the lawsuit is filed. It appears, we got the paperwork on February 19th, all right? There's a lot of time between fucking... there's a whole lot of time here to make a whole lot of decisions, all right? And then, now, fast forward to August of 2025, all right? Now, we're in a fucking position where it's Willie Mac, you're sending me this, I guess I'm glad you still have the video. Oh yeah, it depends on why you're asking. So this is Willie Mac talking to Destiny, where he implies that he created copies of all of the messages and everything when the court case started. So when the court case started, just be clear, okay? This one. This is when it started. Presumably he had already started before that, but yeah, that's the court case. So yeah, that's another thing. But then, all right, while that's happening, while he tells WillyMacShow that he has archives of all of this, saying you still have the video, then he says, yeah, it depends on why you're asking. I created a copy of all the messages. Then he goes on stream, okay, before watching the video, without saying anything. And in my opinion, from what I can deduce, he just fucking lies about it.
Like at some point, yeah. Honestly, you should watch the Willie Mac video. He's literally saying you have 60 gigabytes of CP in your computer. Like I said, I've already addressed this. Like, this chick sent me...
I don't think you specifically addressed the part that people have deduced that she's most likely 18. I mean, most likely 17, right? Like, I don't think you've specifically addressed that in regards to this drama. I think that you addressed it earlier on when it was, like, less substantial. But now people who defend you are literally saying they've seen the evidence, and it's most likely... It would take an act of God for this not to be a 17-year-old the time that you were like exchanging with her, right? Like that would literally have to be like an act of God for that to be the case, right?
Point, yeah.
Also, in this clip that you're about to see, he clings to the 60 gigs part because he can prove that, but he doesn't really address anything else.
So you should watch the Willie Mac video. He's literally saying you have 60 gigabytes of CP in your computer. Like I said, I've already addressed this. Like, this chick sent me a screenshot of a folder that she said that her and her ex of stuff they'd made, but I mean, I don't have this on my computer. I don't even think I told Willie.
So most charitable interpretation is I don't have 60 gigs of it on my computer, but I view it just as like a lie by omission, and I think that most people would as well.
I don't even think I told Willie I have this on my computer, so I have no idea why he's...
Oh, Willie must have fabricated it. No. No, he didn't. I guess Nick DeOrio made him say that.
I don't know if Willie posted any of our DMs, but my message to Willie was, she told me she was 19 and she was in college when we were chatting. If she was actually 17, the people should be asking why that solo guy had recorded like 60 gigabytes of porn with her, plus all the other guys she recorded stuff with. And then I'm pretty sure even Solo said that she lied about her age to me, and that QB form is threaded somewhere.
Guys, this is like, it's not like a fucking Pyro, Carson. We're talking about a fucking 33-year-old man here. Just to be clear, all right? I don't care about any close in age exception 21, 22 YouTubers. That doesn't matter to me in this context, right? And, by the way, I'm also not making an argument that, like, he was specifically seeking out a 17-year-old. What I'm saying is, in 2024, somebody informed him that he might have had CSAM material, and then we found out in 2025, in August, that he still has it, and then he doesn't have it, and then he posted in his statement he doesn't have it, and now he just can't talk about it. I'm a little concerned here. I don't know! I feel like this is a bit fucking concerning, chat! Bit fucking concerning.
I think all of Solo's original posts were deleted, I'm not sure.
You could have had a whole nother child in the time that it went from Steven finding out that he potentially had CSAM material to right now. He could have had a whole child in that time period.
But yeah, I don't have this on my computer. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't have this on my computer.
I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I blame anybody either. That's a lot of silence for a person of Adderall. I don't know if he's on Adderall, but I thought the boogie thing. He's pretty hard right here, dude. He's pretty JF's girlfriend.
SDM's in this video. He does his best to make it look insane. Oh boy.
You thought I paused? No, he was doing his best Denim's impression. Only he forgot the video. It inverted Hassan's share reaction, where he's there and the content's missing. Yeah, well, that's when he found out. So, that's my response to Destiny. I think that this is the important stuff. I think that this stuff got completely overlooked. I think that partially Ethan is responsible for the way he doubled down, but like ultimately, Destiny's whole argument about the Hassan thing is that this stuff doesn't, like, it doesn't matter when you overcommit and shit. It doesn't matter when you're like, basically performative of the way you attack people, specifically in the Klein incident. And I argue that it does matter. And Destiny then uses that to his advantage here to try to sweep this under the rug and not talk about it. And look, all right, yeah, people are going to leave. People are going to unfollow me. They're going to call me a fucking asshole who's talking about shit with no evidence, that I'm slandering people or I'm showcasing stuff on purpose to maliciously attack people. None of that's fucking true. But you know, I'll tell you one thing. I want you to go. And if I can find you first, I'll be happy to shut the door behind you. Okay? I'll be happy to throw your ass out of my fucking community. All right? If you're getting on your knees and sucking this guy's cock this late in the game, there is no fucking reason on planet Earth to be defending this guy in fucking August of 2025. Listen, I might have stayed on the ship for too long, but you guys have been staying past the point where the water... Dude, we're the Titanic. It's fucking 20,000 feet under the water right now. The submersible just exploded. It's time to get out of the water. Okay? This guy's full of shit. I just showed you an hour of him fucking lying about me in the context that is kind of fucking serious towards the end there. All right? Why the fuck would I believe anything else he has to say about this? He's already proven that he's a manipulative narrator. The guy's not giving you the fucking answers. Oh, well, he can't because of his court case. That's what he said about Ryan Beard. Played part of his video recently. I don't know, man. Oh, I can't do anything that'll jeopardize my court case. Motherfucker called out Pixie for underage drinking or something and using a fake ID to get behind a bar. Oh, but they put it all in the thing. It's like, the guy's a rage cow. He's lashing out. He's doing any damage he possibly can. He doesn't give a fuck about being correct. And if you want to go down with that ship, be my guest, all right? Because if you guys, oh, Nick, I used to respect you. It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck who respects me on this at all whatsoever. To me, you're just another name in the chat, and you'll be replaced right at the beginning of the next drama. Your spot in line will be taken by somebody else. So yeah, that's my stance. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Let's start the rest of the show. Donations are open. Why so mad? I think that having CSAM is bad, and I think that's the most performative thing I ever said.
Fat in 1,000 while everyone else cope.
He does there's a segment that he did where he was just straight up talking about...
Don't communicate directly. I just see him shoot Instagram stories at me, and then I launch tweets at him.
Dude, look at this clip, all right? Destiny literally goes out of his way to say that he's completely disengaging from Ethan after this. On his stream today, he talked about how Ethan and him are like, we're like this left-wing side and we shouldn't fight right now. It's like, we need to put our differences aside. Please don't keep coming after me type beat, right? Look what he says. Look what he says.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm done talking about it. My communities are going to be done posting about it. Yeah, that's it. This includes the Willie Mac stuff. For the rest of the commentary people, I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care. If you guys want to shit on them, go for it. I don't care.
Gives express permission to his audience to still go after her. Like, that's crazy to me, dude. This guy's so fucking mad at me. Dude, he's like, yeah, we're putting down the swords. I don't want to do this drama stuff. I'm done with this drama shit. But gives express permission for his audience to come after me.
Give a fuck about them. I don't care. If you guys want to shit on them, go for it. I don't care.
Dude, he went as far to ban Ethan Klein from the subreddit.
In my mind, I think one of the most upsetting things about everything that happened, there's two really upsetting things. One is...
And he talks about like Kiwi farmers and stuff here. But okay, yeah, that was the other thing I was looking for before. I knew I had it. I just didn't know where I want to put it. That was probably not the ideal place to do it, but yeah.